From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas, Tabbytha, and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game.
A wild Nikodas appeared. That was him. I'm Tabbytha, and here's Grebog.
Computer Run Program Fleet Action Report episode 245, Rise of the Machines, Engineer Pet Build on STO. Or in STO. Yeah, whatever. On STO.
I was trying to figure out some way to do my little introduction there and somehow incorporate Agamus or whatever, but I had nothing, so...
An Agamus laugh? I don't know.
Machines.
But,
it is interesting playing this build and hearing him cackle constantly.
I love it.
Once we do our demonstration run, we're going to have 3.
Granted. All right, sorry. Go on, Grebog.
Being here is a support enough. We appreciate everyone that comes, hangs out while we do the live recording of our episodes. And if you want, you can subscribe. Any financial support goes towards our ship addiction, or even into builds potentially. Stuff and things, or buying software to help support the show on the back end. Like I'm looking at buying updated version.
Make sure that your back end is properly supported.
Yeah,
Oh, that was mean.
If you don't like giving Twitch money, you can give coffee money and buy us a cup of coffee over at... Oh, are you not going to do it? There you go. You're a little slow tonight, Coffee Bot. ko-fi.com/GREBOG. The nice thing about that system is they take less of a cut. They still take a cut, but they don't take like 50% like Twitch does. I think they only take like 15, something like that.
Nikodas, are you a Cation too?
I am.
All 3 of us are Cation engineers.
Well, I'm on a Farasan, but yes.
Okay, all 3 of us are kitty cat engineers.
It makes sense. Cats just... I don't know. But
I'm also flying a Farasan ship, so I'm completely like sticking to the theme.
All right. Well, Nikodas, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
This week has been a lot better than last week. Last week I was inundated with homework. All 4 of my classes just slammed me with homework. This week it has been less, not nothing, but less. So I'm not going to be up until midnight on Sunday trying to get my homework done, which is fun. That has left me just a little bit of free time to play some games, most notably outside of working on Saressa here, who's been my focus on STO for like a month now. And I'm still working on stuff. Outside of that, though, I've actually been playing a little bit of Final Fantasy 12. There's a local game store that I just found out about. They're like a retro game store. And I stopped in there the other day, and they had a Switch copy of Final Fantasy 12. Now, that's not an incredibly old game, but it can, at least in my area, be difficult to find. So I went ahead and grabbed that, and I've been dinking around on that a little bit. Just getting, scratching that old Final Fantasy itch. I'm still waiting for Final Fantasy Tactics to come to Switch. I'm still mad that they haven't done that yet. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for my week. Let's pass Grebog the torch.
Let's see, my week. It's been weird. I've been losing track of days because schedules here have been different. So, yeah. People were here at different times of the week than normal, and it just kind of threw my thought process on what day was what, um, which is it's fine. But outside of that, I've been playing World of Warcraft as normal. Still doing quite well in that the newest tier of the game. I actually got finally got some upgrades for my main captain. Yeah, my main captain in the game. My main character. My DK. I had been like just having some really bad luck. And it was like, oh yeah, don't switch off of having your old 4-piece set until you can get the new 4-piece. Well, I wasn't getting any of the new 4-piece. So I was sitting way behind everybody else on gear. Finally got enough to be able to catalyze or use a token to get a 4-piece. And so he jumped way up. But before that, my shaman had actually caught him on gear, which was fascinating because I don't play my shaman nearly as much. Outside of WoW, I've been doing a lot of STO, running around doing stuff in game, doing my dailies, tinkering with the build a little bit, making sure I have things right, adjusting my, I don't know if I'd say spam button, but adjusting my one key does everything button. Because I've learned some tricks, and we'll talk about that later.
One key to rule them all, and in the darkness bind them.
Yeah, yep. But yeah, reading some stuff for one of my Pathfinder 2 games. Outside of that, yeah, that's been my week. Tabby, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
Well, my last midterm project got done on Monday, so I'm midterm free all week, and just working on the other homework and the other projects and stuff. And other than that, it's largely been STO, doing my dailies. I only got one tomorrow. I get the I complete the event, the current event, and Valheim. I'm still playing the Valheim. I think it was like last week or the week before we got one of the bosses down, and so we're beginning the slog to prepare for the next one. And so that's always fun, and I'm learning to and I'm testing out some new structures, and I'm bringing a little bit of dystopia into our Viking paradise, and that of an automated boar farm, which has two boars like suspended like on a platform up in the air. They're like confined in this little 1 meter by 2 meter kind of like cell each, and then they are up there in order to breed, and their babies drop down into a pit, and then like there's a mechanism to automatically kill them when they grow up. So
free bacon.
Yeah, and what's fun is the killing mechanism is smoke from a fire, and so we so pretty much smoked bacon. It's a smoked bacon machine.
Interesting.
And bringing a little bit of industrial dystopia into our idyllic little Viking game. But that's it.
I guess STO's had a week. There's R&D weekend that you can find details in game. They haven't announced this yet. It will be starting April 8th, so it hasn't started yet, and it will go till April 12th. 50% bonus on research XP for all R&D schools, so crafting stuff, doing those research projects to get more XP. If you don't have, all of your research schools up to level 15, I highly recommend working on those during the event, so that way you can get those up further and get those the free traits unlocked from hitting level 15. Also, this means that R&D packs will have 25% more of the items inside, and then harvest nodes will also reward additional materials and apparently some dilithium, it says. I don't know that I remember the dilithium, but it says that, so you know, I believe it. I believe what I read.
And April offers. Let's see. You got some sales that are going on. You got your Start Your Adventure sale from now until April 10th. That's 7 days. You can get 25% off of services, uniforms, personnel, and starter packs. So there's some starter packs that even if you've been playing a while are totally worth getting, because like the Jem'Hadar starter pack, like gets you like the nice dreadnought and some other stuff, and there's just all kinds of cool stuff in this. Actually, let me open that up real quick. Starter packs. Oh yeah, because like you get the you get like with everyone you get a ship, and yeah, you get the Jem'Hadar Vanguard Dreadnought Cruiser with the Jem'Hadar starter pack, and you also get the Vanguard species, which is really cool. But yeah, so if there's anything you want to pick up character-wise or starter pack-wise, 25% off this week. And then now until April 15th, you get 20% off of the Captain Alteration token. Now that they've massaged out all the kinks, I guess they're ready to put the things on sale and try and get them moving. I actually used one of these, actually two of these. And I've used these on a couple of characters, and the results can be a little weird, but it's definitely well worth it.
And then we have Muds.
Oh,
Mud. So Mud has released a new bundle. This is the Lower Decks Miraculous bundle. It is on sale now until April 10th, and is 50% off. There's 2 packs you can get. The Choice Pack, which gets you your 6 items, is regular price at $29,500. That's 29,500 dilithium, or Zen, sorry. And currently priced at $14,750. And then there's a mega bundle, which gets you all the items in the and that is regular price is 50,000 Zen, current price 25,000. The pack includes the Texas Miracle Worker Escort, the California Miracle Worker Utility Cruiser, the Parliament Miracle Worker Surveyor, at 50 Master Keys, 300 Lobby, 9 Experimental Ship Upgrade tokens, 16 Elite Boff Training tokens, and 10 Ultimate Tech upgrades.
If you're doing the Choice 3 pack, never pick the Lobby. Because if you can get roughly 300 Lobby by just choosing 50 keys. And that's not counting all the stuff you get out of the box.
Yeah, but I mean, really, if you're just getting the 3, I said 6 earlier. I cannot get my brain screwed in right today. If you're getting the 3 pack, it's usually best just to go with the ships. But hey, you do you.
It is, but
There's
some people don't.
That you might have one of the ships though, and
That's
so you'd
true.
be like, I don't need all 3 ships.
Well, there's that, and I mean, I guess with the Master Keys, you might get a ship.
And then you can pick the ship you want, or something.
The cool thing is though that like these 3 ships are lockbox ships, which means 1 per character. Whereas if you buy it through Muds, it unlocks for your entire account.
That is true.
The drawback to these 3 ships is there are better ships for 3,000 Zen in game in setup than these 3.
Yeah, I get they fit
a theme. All three of these came from Lower Decks. I get that, but
But
yeah, there are better ships.
the main reason a lot of people I know that are picking up this bundle is because they love the look of the ships, and it's Space Barbie, and that is fine. That is definitely
That is
if you have the money and that's why you want the ships, buy them. If you don't have the money and don't want the ships, don't buy them. You know.
Yeah, because I mean, there's also the thing of like any T6 ship can be kitted out to do reasonably well. Like, I don't think there's a single like bad ship in the game, or if there is, there's very few of them. But like, it's like all these ships. I mean, you can get them to perform decently.
Yeah.
But like, don't buy this pack expecting to get a well laid out ship, but like a like a really biffy with awesome seating and all the other stats.
You're likely not going to break the DPS meters with one of these ships, but you can easily get them set up probably to do elite content, which is more than enough for most people.
Yes.
All right. So, our primary target today is the Grebog specialized ground drone build.
We've done a drone build in the past, and this is a bit flavored off of it. I went different. Server not responding. I might be DCing from the game. Oh no, now it's responding. I was like looking, I'm like, my ping rate seems to be fine, not dropping any frames, just the game's being wonky. But it's fine. So yeah, this is very much based off of the drone build we did in the past, but I went with a different route with some of it. Because, well, one, I didn't have all the stuff that captain had, and two, this works very effectively as is. Oh. And also I get to hear Jeffrey Combs laughing maniacally.
That's fair.
And I mean, that's worth everything, right?
Yeah. Now,
that is such an interesting thing.
Here, let me copy the link. Oh, no one's in chat, so I guess I'll still drop it in there. If you want to follow along, there you go, people that aren't here, that are lurking. Or you can look at the screen. Here, I will go main Grebog explain screen. There we go. I get the big screen. So what you'll notice here is, yes, there are two things in here that are not of my kit modules that are not drones or any kind of mech of any type. One of them being quantum mortar. It's just so good to have the quantum mortar, especially if you're running missions. If something gets behind a wall or something, the quantum mortar more than likely can still hit it and can still help you progress your mission. And it does good damage. So I probably will always run a quantum mortar if I have an engineer, because it's just handy. And the
like
other
from Delta Reputation, you can do the neutronic mortar, which is
yes,
which is a better quantum mortar.
I also am running the Anchor of Grethor. I believe this comes from the winter event.
Yes, the winter.
Yep, and it costs 15 of each of the Targear muffs, Bolian candles, Terran holiday ornaments, and Vulcan meditation incense. So it's not super pricey. Most of you can probably might have probably ran into 15 of those things easily doing the winter event. This is an amazing ground control and damage for an engineer. If you probably have seen it where there's a ring of fire pops up on the ground and chains reach out and yank all of the enemies and pull them into the fire. That is what this does, which I like it for multiple reasons. And part of it will become a little clearer with the one of the consoles here. I'm more going off, like, I know I have the sheet in one order. I'm going off of the order I have in my on my captain. I have the .23 drone, the engineer variant. These are all universal kit modules, the .23s, and there are 3 different variants, and each one does something different. Being that we are doing a ground mech build with a lot of drones and pets, I went with this because whenever you use a kit module or to deploy a pet, it grants mechanical pets overcharged for 7 seconds. So every time you're summoning a pet, it you know, triggers and all your pets get that. Even the Agamus pets. I checked that. I like summoned something. I saw the little circles go out. I'm like, wow, that is a lot of circles, buff circles that went out. The .23 drone. Engineer variant.
Yeah. I thought we were on traits already. I'm sorry.
Nope. I have the explosive drone. This is why I like to group things up, because this will run out there. It'll shoot things as it's going, and eventually, just once it gets to its target, blow up. Which, if everything's close together and it runs in and blows up, it does damage to everything. So, yeah. Then we have the Watcher robots. These come for, let's see here. Explosive drone is a lockbox or exchange. I think I probably picked it up off the exchange. The .23 is a lockbox exchange. And like I said, do note that there are 3 of them, 3 variants. Make sure you get the engineer one if you're going for this type of a build. Most of this was super cheap when I was looking at it. I didn't have the drone 23 and I bought it and I think I paid like $50K, like EC. And I'm like, that seems super low. Not complaining.
Like when I went to buy this stuff just a little bit ago, it just didn't cost a lot.
Yeah. The Watcher robots is another lockbox exchange. I had this from I think another captain, or I don't know, or I bought it. I don't think it cost more than $250K. Again, electronic credits. Like, none of the ground stuff is super expensive. Now this one is the priciest of them all. And that is the Agamus Aggression Network. It's a Lobby item.
I just lobbied it.
Yeah, it's low. Well, I don't think it can't. I don't think you can buy it off the exchange. It comes, I think, bound as soon as you buy it.
Oh,
so
we've got a Lobby sale going on, so it's a good time to buy it.
Is there a Lobby sale right now?
There is.
There wasn't. Oh wow. That's another thing they didn't announce. What's going on, Becca? Anyway, Lobby sale. Take advantage of it. I don't know how long it lasts.
We don't know when it started. We don't know when it's ending. All we know is what is now.
I think it started today. It might be a weekend sale. Oh?
It wasn't today, because I bought these items yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And it was going, so maybe it started Tuesday?
Maybe. I know I checked over the weekend and I'm like going, oh, because I thought about setting it up on a Federation captain, and I was just like, I'm not paying full price. I'm stingy. Anyway, Lobby sale, yay! But yeah, it's normally 200 Lobby, which means right now it's like what, 160, 180, 160, I think.
160.
And you get to hear the glorious Jeffrey Combs laugh maniacally as he summons a bunch of Agamite drones that fly around and shoot things. For the kit module or kit frame, I went with the Rising kit because of all the K-perf. Now there are other kit frames out there. If you can get basically you want as much K-perf as possible, because the more K-perf you have, the better your pets are empowered. For ground armor and EV suit, I went with the Burnham CKC or CQC, which is the Discovery Rep stuff. I didn't want to do the not cool mission, so I just tossed in the adaptation personal shield. I know Tabby talked about using, I believe, the weapon to get the 2-piece out of it. I did not grab the weapon for this one to do the 2-piece. It's not a bad 2-piece bonus, so you know.
Yeah,
So,
I put the Infinity rifle in the secondary slot.
yeah. I like the shield as a good alternative because of the way the more you get hit, the more resistance you get from what you got hit by, and you basically start taking less and less damage. So as long as you don't get one shot, it does help you be a bit more survivable. I have on this guy the portable phaser cannon, or Shax's cannon, as we all have lovingly called it. It is just a pretty good weapon. You can use any weapon you want here, your weapon of choice. And same with the secondary. I had the Emperor's sword. I always, being a Ferosan, I'm amused by having the pounce, and sometimes I like to switch my weapon over and pounce on the target and start slashing them with the sword, because it's funny to me.
I mimicked your build. I didn't use the exact same weapon. For my primary, I've got the Zenkethi assault cannon because I wanted Tetrion. But for my offhanded, I went with Beowulf's blade. So it's like you've got a big gun and a sword. So I went with a big gun and a sword.
Yeah. Devices, I have the two Targs, one from the event, one from the Zen store. I have the Pavan healing crystal, which comes from a mission. I forgot to put that in. I'll have to put that into the spreadsheet once we're done. For those that don't know, I mean, a Pavan healing crystal is a great thing to go pick up. It comes from a mission. You just have to run the mission and to get it. Eventually, you might want to run it 4 more times to get it on your away team, but you know.
That's a lot of.
That's why I said eventually. I have the gambling device. This is another Lobby. I think it's only $50 default price. So being on sale for 40, 30, I don't know. And then I have here the Paradox Corrector, which comes from the Delta Recruit. It is a nice little, it can heal you 50% of your hit points. Well, you and your team, and it can resurrect defeated allies and can be used while defeated. So if you're down, it can get you back up.
The item, the healing crystal, is in the Juula's Discovery arc. The episode is Illusion of Communication.
Cool, thank you. Traits. Now, there is, being an engineer, there are some things in here that I highly recommend over others. I have assault drone fabrication. This turns your default drone, your support drone that you get as an engineer ability. It makes it have extra powers and attacks. Normally, it only kind of does support things like, yeah. But this lets it have a wide beam secondary fire on top of it being able to support you. Then I have here, well, nanomolecular architect, which it basically all your fabrications get resistance and regeneration. It's a default engineer one. I think testing showed that it did help even your drones, not just your turrets, even though it shows a turret in the image. I also have Hive Mind. Now this is a lobby, or not a lobby. This is a lockbox exchange type thing. It is probably one of the pricier things on the build, and it is basically a nice buff when you're running on teams. Running solo, it doesn't really help you much, unless you give all of make your elite bridge officers and then train them all with Hive Mind. Then yes, that would help. But basically, everyone that on the party that has Hive Mind, which a lot of people run Hive Mind because it's a very, very powerful thing, boosts the entire team for damage.
I might have to look into that.
And
I mean,
if you go and you upgrade your bridge officers, you can put Hive Mind on each of them too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I might actually have to look into that.
It says bonus doubled if teammate also using Hive Mind. Essentially, it says plus 2% bonus all damage per teammate in 20 meters. So if you did it, if 5 people on the team have it, it's a plus 10%. Everyone gets a plus 10% that's together. Yeah. And so if you do that with your bridge officers, that you plus 10%. I have here Lucky, which is critical hit and exposed chance. It's more for the critical hit. Field Technician, more kit readiness. This means your kits cool down faster. Essentially, it helps with when a pet disappears. Normally, there used to be a little lag time. Like your pet would fade away, and then you would have to wait a little bit before you could summon them back out. You can summon them with this setup has enough kit readiness that that doesn't matter. You as soon as the kit module's available, you can summon the pet, and the other pet hasn't disappeared quite yet. It's just getting to that end of its timer. I have Pounce because, like I said, I'm a Ferocin, and I'm amused by the jumping on your enemy sometimes and slashing them with a sword. So purely theme.
Or in my case, bashing them with a mace, because I just switched the Defiler mace.
Yeah.
Nice.
Technophile. This is, I believe, another... Oh, this is R&D kit modules. Basically, using a kit module gives K-perf, and it's 100 K-perf. It's a lot of K-perf. So every time you use something, you get more K-perf, which means everything, all your stuff that you summon from kits.
Stack or refresh?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we could verify, test. And then I have Orbital Devastation for those that don't know or do know. If you've ever played an engineer that you tried to use your orbital bombardment and it just did, it came down and landed, the enemy already moved out of that spot and it did nothing. This turns the beam into an orbital chasing beam, which then if they move, it runs after them and still can catch up to them and hurt them. It is, I would say, for an engineer, a must-have. It's a lockbox one, or you can get it on the exchange. Roughly 32 million energy credits. Another one of the little pricier ones because pretty much most engineers feel it's a must-have. And then we have Serenity here, which is another hit performance, and it gives you some health regen, 15%. So a little more survivability. Now, I also have the upgraded gear, which is another hit performance every time you defeat a foe. You get plus 50, and it resets on map move, so it keeps stacking up to plus 50 kit performance. It is a nice thing to have. If let's say you don't have or don't want to buy some of these, you could go with like, there's pistol training. If you're using a pistol, go pick up pistol training. It's a nice little damage boost. Penetrating rounds is another good one. Creative is nice if you have access to it. I'm apparently not a creative species, so I do not have access to it. Soldier is another one, also something I don't have access to, because apparently I'm not a soldier species. Another one is a Space Explorer's a great gig. That one is a lobby item. I probably will pick that up at some point, but it's not a huge must-have. This build works quite well as it is. Yeah. For ground reputation, I went with armor penetration for the plus 2.5 armor penetration, deadly aim for the plus crit severity, lethality for the crit hit chance, and then magnified armaments for bonus all damage. For the active powers, if you know how to use a concussive tachyon emission, it is amazing. Yeah, it's got a 5-minute cooldown, but it basically targets within 30 meters. It drops a big chunk out of their shields. I have on large groups, so running the Pavo daily, you can know when large groups are spawning in. Hit it. It hits all of the enemies and drops their shields to next to nothing, and you can just go around picking them off rapidly. I can normally, with using this, take out 3 enemies before they finally get summoned in and start able to move, which is kind of fun. I also have Medical Nanite Cloud. This one is great for doing an AoE heal. If you're taking a lot of hits or your party is, you can send this out and help everyone get healed back up. And if someone got knocked down, it can revive them. They just have to be within range of this, because it's only a 7.6 meter sphere. So you just have to run up to them, hit this, and it will get them back up off the ground.
If they get knocked down, they can get back up again.
Yep. And then obviously one little ship. This is a super powerful. You get this little Danube runabout that warps in, and it just starts shooting your enemies with phaser beam arrays and photon torpedoes. Does a good amount of damage while it's there flying around. And then I also use the piezo electric perimeter snare. It is a nice AoE root / damage to your targets. You just have to target someone, drop it, and it will hold them fast, and also a good way of knocking down enemies in an area. For the duty officers, go to ground. I have in here Neo Falconer, but that's only because of so much Borg stuff. You can obviously replace him with somebody else, but that's the main reason he's there. It helps with Borg on ground and space. I have the Assault Squad officer that does, this one does stacking crit chance buff on firing ranged weapons. I have a Fabrication Engineer, chance to beam in an additional support drone. Always handy when you are doing that. While you can have 2 different Assault Squad officers, one that does the stacking crit chance, the other one does stacking crit severity. I didn't have the other one, so I went with an Exocomp Legume, which means if I flank an enemy, I get another mechanic. I get an Exocomp friend that comes in and helps. So it's a good alternative, I would say, for all of this. And then, of course, EMH Mark 1 works great with the Pavin Healing Crystal. Basically, anytime you use a hypo, which the Pavin Healing Crystal counts, it will have a chance to summon in someone. Oh, no, don't get rid of him. Back here.
I don't have a Pavin healing crystal.
I wanted to see this. But basically, you have a chance to activate a EMH Mark 1 that will come in and provide medical support. Great way for some, if you're already needing to heal yourself, a great way to get more medical support. Question?
Yeah, can we go blow something up?
Sure.
Let's go blow something up.
I found with this setup, I can solo one of the arms of the Pavo. So you know how like there's normally three fingers that you have to go and do the crystals. I can normally solo one of those with this build. Now, if you notice, I have on my tray, I have a tray 4 here has a lot of the stuff. I guess here, let me go back to
The
explain.
The
Yes?
EMH Mark 1 comes from the Delta Quadrant arc, all that glitters.
Cool. But if
So
you notice,
If you get both of those, the Healing Crystal and the EMH, for some reason, the way that the game is programmed, the Healing Crystal counts as a hypo. So every time you activate it, it has a chance of calling in the EMH Mark 1. They work together.
yeah. It's a common combo to use in ground builds. So
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say my tray 4 is my one button rules them all tray, and you'll notice I have here. Wait,
Wait,
Um,
I'm
yeah.
not in. I'm not with y'all.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I gotta do this a different way.
well then I'll hit decline.
Sorry, Tabby.
I see how y'all are.
But my
Invite
tray
back.
4 is my one button to rule them all. I have on here the first thing is the .23 because I want to get it out there for whenever I start summoning the rest of the pets that it starts buffing anything. Wayun.
Yeah, way in. Sure ran. Brunt. That's what I was trying to think of. Brunt.
Runt.
Everybody go left. So you made your spam bar 4?
Tray 4, yeah.
What'd you do with 1, 2, and 3?
One is the things I want to manually click on or use. Like that's where my pets are. That's where I put the Anchor of Grethor. That's where I put one little ship, my Pounce, my quantum mortar fabrication.
Okay.
I also put in a lot of the engineering buffs and the other buffs that you get from like I guess I am Intel right now set up. So I have Precision Offensive 2 up there. I have, you know, like my reroute power to shields 3, my engineering proficiency 3.
Okay.
And then I hid my cover shield 3 to someplace that I don't care because you know, I don't like trolling people.
Which way are y'all going?
I went under the waterfall. Someone's with me.
That would be me.
something's weird.
Uh-oh. Can you be more specific?
My interact button was not interacting.
And there goes the laughter. Hi, Agamus. Does he laugh every time he summons a drone? Is that what's going on?
Maybe. That seems accurate.
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Wow, stuff is just melting.
The crystal has been purified.
I mean, this is technically normal because of an event, but I think it would still do quite well in higher difficulties.
Terran reinforcements have
It's fun just to summon things and then not worry about anything. Like, they do enough damage on their own where I can run around and activate crystals and stuff while they, defeat incoming enemies.
The boss fight is going to be a slaughter.
I mean, all those orbital devastation beams.
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Now, I did, instead of the Grethor, what is it? The arms of Grethor or whatever?
Anchor.
Your grabby thing. I didn't do that. So, as an alternative, I picked up the Seeker
Crystal
drone.
has been purified.
So I have yet
Advance to
another
the
pet.
next one.
Yeah, Seeker Drone's a good one. Definitely worth having. I run it a lot of times. Oh, I thought we were done. I'm too anxious. Oh, we are done. It was just it went the other way. Normally, I'm used to it having us go up that hill.
I think I somehow ended up being alone.
You're not alone. You have pets.
When you
I
have a
started
pet,
with
you're
another
never
player.
alone.
I sometimes have other players come with me, and then they get bored or get annoyed with all my pets. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened.
Or maybe they're thinking, oh, this is a multi, like there's already two people over here. All these pets, there can't be one person.
Summon Agamus.
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
There we go. And
Oh,
he started laughing again.
This is amazing.
We need more pets.
Oh, I love it. This is now one of my favorite builds.
I can see that. I mean, for like my character's still missing a lot of high-end stuff. I'm holding my own here. This is basically a new level 65, and I'm rocking this whole area solo.
Like I said, Agamus is a pretty potent hit. One.
Crystal has been purified. Advance to the next one.
So all but one of the ways are done, and I don't even know that running out there is going to be worthwhile because the bar is almost done as well.
I thought it was me, but mine's done. I was just killing Romulans for the fun of it.
I'll
Well
nope.
done.
See, they're done.
Looks like the Terrans are retreating.
So normally in an engineer build, I like to take like chronoton mines or some type of mines. I didn't do that with this because I'm like, it
Heads up.
doesn't seem to matter. All right, let's put my quantum mortar down. Oop, ran off the cliff.
Yeah, I think I am going to move my mortar over.
Now, I normally wait until it's roughly 5 to 3 seconds on this status update timer before summoning Agmus. Because, actually, I typically wait till 3 seconds, because then he's there and starts summoning his pets right when the first new group spawns, and you're not wasting some of the Agamite drone spawn time. If you run this enough, you kind of figure out the timings of things, and
Whoops. Am I supposed to be giving them a chance to do anything?
No.
who? Give who? I mean, they're
yeah.
Terrans, so
And there goes my army of drones.
What I'm loving is like you see them start beaming in, and you can hit them with the Anchor of Grethor before they've even fully materialized. And so the entire group of them spawns and starts getting yanked together.
I'm finding it funny that apparently you all are doing such an amazing job over there that the other two have ran over to me and are just bouncing around trying to shoot things.
This game has now become Star Trek Pets.
All right, we should be getting the boss fight here in just a second. Happens right around 3:25. I don't know the exact time. I just know that that's, yep, 3:20-ish.
Time for some orbital devastation.
And it looks like we picked different people.
Looks like the Terrans have given up, at least for now. My team and
Oh, I
continue to
love it.
observe.
I love it.
We detect any further hostile activity.
For those that don't know, engineers on the ground are very
Right now,
potent.
Pavo's safe. Thanks.
Also, if you ever need ideas or whatever for ground builds, feel free to ask. I'm sure we can come up with something. That's more fleet marks.
Goodbye, cat people.
Oh, apparently they noticed. I mean, honestly, cats with a bunch of pets, you know, that.
That's one for the record books. Goodbye, cat people. All right, so any idea what we're doing next week?
Let's see here. The calendar says I really missed the in-game calendar. Decca, if you want to put it back in, I would appreciate you. I know people never could understand it and figure it out, but for those of us that used it, it was awesome. But
That was
you
a lot of fun.
Because let's see, this event ends on the 8th, which is Tuesday. There will be a filler event next Thursday, would be my guess.
Probably what, a red alert?
Yeah, probably getting a red alert.
Red alert.
I'm not sure. What do you want to? Do you either of you have something you've been wanting to talk about?
Not really, but I might have a request if we don't have anything else.
Sure.
What were
You
you
guys,
thinking?
well, it's only a week away. We may not have enough time to do it, but I was gonna maybe ask for some help building up the Pharacin Silithus escort in a Tetrion flavor.
Ooh.
If we all don't have to build it, then it might be okay. Because do I even have that ship? I probably do and don't.
It's an
Nope.
older one as far as tier 6s go.
I mean, I guess I could use like one of those coupons that
Don't
I've been
waste
sitting
time
on.
that.
Isn't there a fleet version?
Maybe.
I don't know. Let's go find out. Right here by the
Acquire ships. A rank fleet tier 6. There is.
Well, I might have to invest in that then.
And apparently we even have some starbase fleet ship provisioning already. So we need a higher level shipyard. We're getting there. We're almost to tier 4. So do we want to try to do a build in a week? I know it's normally pretty to get all the stuff and things around whatnot. It takes a little while. But
Especially with something like Tetrion, that's going to be tricky. Of course, then again, you don't have a ton of options with Tetrion, so
we can push it back an extra week. I'm fine with that.
So here, I'll put into notes in 2 weeks.
That'll put me past midterms anyway. I have midterms next week.
Because I probably just named the ship completely. No, oh no, yeah, it's not Silithus, it's Lithus.
Yeah, I got WoW on the brain there.
It's my fault. I said it earlier.
We'll just have to skewer it with a giant sword.
That'll actually give me a chance to finish out my reputations and whatnot on this character too.
What else? What?
That way, if we pick anything that I need from the rep store. My issue is I keep running out of expertise, so I'm gonna have to run some missions and stuff to get expertise.
Just master a bunch of ships. Oh wait.
Now that I know, I wonder if I have a fleet module somewhere. Where's my bank? I probably do not. And unfortunately, the ones that you get from the rep thing is per character.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't have any sitting in here. I will take that though.
I need to clean this guy's bags up.
It's probably a good thing that you guys wanted to push it back a little bit.
I guess the next week will be to be determined.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss behind the scenes and come up with something, but we'll do something next week. Monday night, of course, will be fun night. We'll be here just to blow stuff up. I will probably be on this character. Saressa here still needs a bunch of marks, so I will be doing that for that reputation I was just talking about. and then whatever you guys want to do. My Farasim with her bright purple hair. I need to give her an outfit that matches.
And getting ready for that build.
Well, there you go. All right, that'll do it for me. And as always, I will see you out there.
Have fun, be safe, and don't set yourselves on fire.
Live long and prosper, everybody. Stick around. We will probably raid somebody. We'll see. Computer, end program.